Hey there, everyone. It's DelVecchio coming to you live from Sedona, Arizona on the Thursday, the 18th of October. And today I felt the call to make another video that I had kind of hoped would be a little bit less intense than the last couple I've made. And I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. So what I decided to do was to turn to the tarot today, which I haven't done in quite a while, and really meditate in and feel into, as I shuffled, like what would be a great message, what would be a good theme to share today. So I'm going to start by showing you the card, and the card is consciousness, which is like the ace of air, which is new beginnings in terms of mind or consciousness. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to connect here for a moment and notice what maybe wants to come through with regard to this. Okay, so the first thing that's coming is that we are all living at a time when we are being invited. We're given, it's like an opportunity is before us to begin anew with our consciousness. And so let me show it this way where you can see, well, you can't, I don't know if that's going up backwards or not, but anyway. So you can see it's like this Buddha image, and there's a light on the third eye, and it's kind of like this Buddha image is up in the cosmos. So it's the ace, or the beginning of the suit. So the beginning of any suit is an indicator of or can be one of the layers of meaning with the aces are the space of no thingness before the first manifestation. And so when we see the ace of air, we see the potential of all possibilities in the greater eternal beingness of the divine Mother, Father, God consciousness, the eternal oneness that we all are a part of. And we are, in fact, living on the earth at a time when we have an opportunity, again, to begin again. And as I've spoken about in other videos, and certainly spoken about in some of the teachings I'm doing at my retreats, we are at the cusp of the age of Aquarius. And Aquarius is an air sign, even though it's the water bearer, that's the image, and the glyph is these waves of water, it's actually an air sign. And it's the air sign that represents the greater, higher mind consciousness of the unity of all things. And so as we walk through our lives in these seeming individuated states, these seeming individual beings, individual ego consciousnesses, at this, the early 21st century on planet Earth, we know, at least if you've been following me or other teachers of some of this kind of material, we know that we are being bathed in higher vibrational frequencies, and we know that the old consciousness of separation is causing more and more trouble. It's causing trouble for us in our personal lives as we see ourselves separate from others and feel defensive or attacking or fearful or working in scarcity. Hey, Danny, welcome. And we also see the way the old consciousness, and I'll show you again, the old consciousness that's about scarcity, separation, and fear doesn't work, because a new consciousness, the Aquarian age consciousness of unity, awareness, the eternal nature of our Buddha mind beings, is what is being called for here. And so we know we have a choice. We're at a choice point right now on the planet. Will we choose love, or will we choose fear? Will we choose attack and defense, or will we choose surrender into the oneness? So this is all very high metaphysical concepts, you know, consciousness, ace of air in this tarot card, meaning there's a new consciousness coming to the planet. So on a conceptual level, we can say, okay, great, sure, I'm all for unity consciousness. I'm all for peace. I'm all for, the ending of war. How do I do it, though? How do I do it when financial challenges are knocking at my door? How do I do it when I'm dealing with a conflict in my work or my family or my personal life that is causing me to feel defense attack, or fear of some kind? How do I do it? And the answer is to go into our consciousness and to begin to clear out all of the old programming of fear and separation and all of the old patterns of thinking that were based in a consciousness of fear, separation, victimization, martyrdom, and the consciousness associated with the Piscean age. So I want to connect here. I'd really like to make this a little bit more practical. And I have a whole talk on this and a lot of training on this that I develop more in my retreats. So if this is something you're interested in, please reach out to me. I can share the link on how to apply for that. But in the meantime, let me just notice, like, if there's a exercise or an activity that would be supportive of you, for you. Okay, so here's a little invitation, a little activity you can do to begin to explore how you can unify your consciousness with a new energy, a consciousness related and grounded more in oneness, in the greater awareness of all things, in what we could call the Aquarian age consciousness. I invite you to, with a journal and a pen, take some time. Maybe if you have a working altar, I would recommend you sit at your altar, or if you have a sacred space, go ahead and do that. Maybe light a candle, make your space sacred. Go into a short meditation with your journal and begin to ask yourself, what is the place in my life that triggers the most fear and discomfort? Maybe it's about money. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's a relationship issue. Maybe it's a family issue. Whatever it is, just go in and just be really, really honest with yourself. What is a place inside me that is triggering a great deal of fear? And then write that down. Once you write that down, give yourself some time. You could say maybe even just 10 minutes to, in a stream of consciousness way, write down all the things that you fear about this. So it could be, let's say it's a health issue. I'm afraid I'm going to die. I'm afraid that I need to be dependent on someone else. I'm afraid I'm never going to be able to dance again. I'm afraid that I'll never be able to travel again. I'm afraid that I'll never find love because the way my health is, I may, become unattractive or whatever. Just go, stream of consciousness, boom, 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 boom. Or if it's a relationship thing, maybe there's a deep conflict with someone in your life. I'm afraid I'm going to lose this person. I'm afraid this is going to set up a trauma for the whole family. I'm afraid I'm going to be cut out of the will. I'm afraid that everyone else in the family is going to believe the lies that are being told about me. I'm afraid that I'm going to worry about this so much it's going to physically make me sick. Just go. It doesn't even have to make sense. Just stream of consciousness, getting it out, getting it out, getting it out. All of those fears. And that is a way of, first of all, releasing it from you, releasing it from your consciousness, so you're not letting it jumble in there. So you're putting it out there. That's the first. So the first step is really to name that thing. What is in my consciousness that's triggering a lot of fear or stress for me right now? It could be about money. It could be about job. It could be about career. You know what it is. So write it down. Then give yourself permission in a sacred space, in a sacred way, to stream of consciousness, write everything out. That's step number 2. So figuring out what it is, and then writing everything that you fear about it. From that place, begin to give yourself permission to offer self-love to yourself. And the way I would do it, and one thing I want you to recognize is that as you do this activity, you may start to trigger more fear in yourself. So as you do this, put your hand on your heart space and comfort yourself with your heart. Sometimes when I'm really stressed out, I just tap my heart gently as I exhale. Breathe in and tap my heart. So you can just, even as you're writing this, you may do this. Comfort yourself. Know that what you are doing is just bringing what is already stirring back here to the forefront so that you could look at it honestly. And then from there, it is time for you to take the next step. And I'm just going to tune in now and just find the way to bring this forward in the most clear and positive way for you. Yeah. So once all of this is out, it is time to go vertical. Go vertical and go deep. To connect with your deep inner wisdom, connect with your higher self and your deep inner wisdom. So this is where what I do is I breathe into my heart, I exhale to my third eye and crown, and I hold empty there for a moment and ask for divine guidance to come in. And as I breathe into my heart, I imagine the divine guidance coming into my heart. And as I exhale, I go down to my womb space, my lower first and second chakra, and hold empty there. So I'm inviting all of that knowingness to come and be filtered through my heart and then rest in that cauldron of creativity, which is my physical body, my mind-body vehicle's place of creativity, the void of eternal creativity in form. So, and then as I breathe in again, I come back up to my heart, expand into the heart, and exhale back up to the third eye and crown. Hold for a moment. Inhale divine guidance into the heart. Let it blend with the heart. Exhale down into that creative, physical, mind-body vehicle area so that this divine guidance can begin to merge with the love energy and then with the material possibilities of how I might find a new way to see and perceive what I'm afraid of, and in fact, get guidance on what direction to go in order to release this fully and completely and shift in a new direction. So now there are many, many ways that we can resolve, work through, process, clear ourselves of fears and really move deeply into the new consciousness that is being called for on this planet. This, what I'm offering you right now, is a very, very simple way. As I've said, I've touched a few times, I don't often talk much about the work I do in these videos, but I want to take a moment to do that, so I hope you'll stay with me. There's a few ways that I work with people to help them go deeper than this simple process. So this is a very powerful process. If you commit to it, you will get movement. You will find shifts for sure. And of course, we sometimes don't want to just do this all by ourselves. So I've spoken about my retreats. This is a place to go very deep in a safe circle with other sisters, to explore the way we need to show up as empowered feminine leaders in a time of great change, when we're at the great turning of the ages and moving into a new consciousness. And so we do our inner work there. And I also work one-on-one with clients, with astrology, tarot, NLP, hypnosis. There are many ways that I work with people. So if you would like to go deeper into clearing fears, transforming your own consciousness, definitely reach out to me. I'm happy to share with you some of the ways that might work for us to work together. But in the meantime, I want to invite you to experiment with this process. So again, step one, let's recap here. Step one, just really tune in to what is one of the biggest fears that seems to be really contracting my energies right now, and write it down. Then step two, in a sacred space, give yourself 10 minutes to go stream of consciousness and write down all the reasons why this is fearful for you. If you find that it's triggering a lot of fear, breathe with your other hand, tap your heart gently. Just gently comfort yourself. This little simple act calms the central nervous system, which we all need a lot more of at these times. Then once you've done that, as you see and witness all the layers of where this fear is triggering layers of fears in your consciousness, begin to breathe. Set an intention that this breathing meditation is going to allow you to download divine guidance, blend it with the love of your heart chakra, and then bring it into what I call the cauldron of creation, is those lower two chakras, in order to actually bubble up some possible ways for you to move out, through and out of this fear. And then the final step is trust your guidance. If something arises before or after or during one of these meditations, jot it down. Notice. Does it make you feel excited? Do you feel a little excitement about it? Go for it. Explore that deeper. Move in the direction that your divine guidance, combined with your loving heart, combined with that cauldron of creation, reveals for you. So with that, I'm going to wrap up here. As always, I ask, if this resonates, give me a thumbs up, offer me some feedback, let me know your thoughts. Give this meditation a try. Let me know how it works for you. And as always, please share this. If you find this of value, I would appreciate the share, because you never know. You could share it with your whole community. And if it impacts positively the life of one person, then wow, we've both co-created something powerful together. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today, sending you much love and bright blessings wherever you are in the world. Until soon, bye for now.